Hello, hello, fish people. Okay, it's another day in the fish yard, and we have sort of a monumental task of a project that I've been planning for quite some time. Now, in the past, I've always relied on this infinite siphon method because I personally do not like the idea of drilling holes in the tanks because I think a tank should be infinitely repositionable and reusable in other situations. And just boring a hole on that aquarium simply will limit you to do that. But at the same time, this infinite siphon method has a significant flaw, and that it has a very slow flow rate. So, meaning when the water pressure is extremely high, there are times in my city where the water pressure is extremely high, by the way. It simply cannot keep up with the incoming water and the aquarium will overflow, and that can be annoying. So I've decided to drill out these tanks to upgrade maybe 12 or 16 tanks. Not all of the tanks here are automatic water change, by the way, but some of the tanks that are on automatic will be upgraded to bulkhead fittings just to make it more and more reliable. Okay, so we will be working with this tank. We will be drilling out this tank. Not only this one, a bunch of other more tanks will be bored, but the one that I will be showing you, demonstrating on how to do it, will be on this aquarium. So yeah, I'm gonna clean this tank just to prep it. And by the way, I use hydrochloric acid or muriatic acid. And if you're gonna use that, you'll need to do it in a very well ventilated area with lots of air circulation. Why I like to use hydrochloric acid? It is because I think it's a much more efficient way to clean the tank. It doesn't take that long. It's all that calcium is gone, and it does not scratch the glass. Instead of going using a razor, you will cause more damage to the tank. Let me clean this up for a while and then get back to you in 3, 2, there. As you can see, all that gunk is gone. Now, let's drill this out. Okay. Now, in order for us to drill this tank, we will need a few supplies. Now, I made this. This is not necessary, but since I will be drilling out a lot of tanks, so for the sake of consistency of being able to repeat it, I made this. This is just a piece of PVC that I flattened using an oven toaster. I weighed it down on a flat piece of glass. I bend it to 3/16 so that it can fit over the tank, and I made the holes. The holes are approximately 3.5 and 5.5 inches. Now, depending on how deep I want it, I can go 3.5 from the top or 5 inches. It really depends. Now, as what I understand, I never tried, but do not try to stay a good inch and a half away from any edge. It's just safer that way. So I like to measure, and it's approximately 2 inches from the edge, so that's good. In order to drill a hole, by the way, this is a diamond hole saw. I also use it to cut holes on terracotta pots for my pleco caves. Hence, it's like this. It fits over there, and as it turns, it will guide a bit safely in there, so it will not wander off. And as to the actual drill itself, battery powered drills are convenient, but for this task, because each hole will take some time to really bore out, because you cannot push on the glass. You need to wait for the diamond bit to really cut through the glass. So I suggest something that is corded. So I have this old Bosch drill, and it should be perfect for the task. We will also be needing some kind of water bottle to spray it with, because we need to keep it wet at all times so nothing heats up and nothing cracks. Okay, we don't have to leave this anymore. By the way, I'm not pushing on the last anyway. I'm just letting it do its thing. Should have a little bit. And just like that, we're done. See, it's done. Now let's try out our bulkhead fittings. Let's try it. Good. Fits quite well. There you go. Oh, it's upside down. So on the other end, we're going to have another fitting that's going to look something like this one. Yes, something like this. You know, when it reaches this level, when the water reaches this level, it will overflow. So yeah, that's how you drill a hole in the tank, and that was real time. Okay. Now, a lot of people will be intimidated in using a high-speed drill bit, but I honestly think that it's the way to go. And just make sure you have lots of water spraying on it all the time. It's really not a big deal. So, a lot of people think it's intimidating. It's not. I don't know if we're going to be doing bigger holes. It's going to be a change in, you know, difficulty, but this one is really relatively easy to do. Okay, now I'll be doing a lot of tanks. I'll be doing those also here, and a bunch more at the back. So it's going to take a long time to do all of that work, but through the magic of video editing, in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I didn't film much of it because I was actually doing it and I forgot that I should be making content, but I managed to set this up like so that water would come inside and would drain here and exit into this collector tube, and outside down there I would plumb it more to prevent a mess. But this system here, this section is basically ready. All it is now is the water feed, and it should be done. So simulating how the water is gonna flow. I'm just gonna use a garden hose. Water is gonna enter here. See, it also makes a good duckweed collector. And water flows down and out. This used to be a very large laundry wash area here in the Philippines. We do our laundry in the backyard, so I just let it flow outside like this. That's it. Now time to work on the solenoids.